Tonight on Property Banter, the app that could put real bucks in your pocket based on auction results, we reveal Australia's most famous house flipper and bikini babes, armed guards and helicopters. It's selling houses gone wild. Let's do it. Gentlemen, how's our week been?
Mate, it's been a great week. So, great feedback from our first episode. I've actually heard this week that this is going to be a ratings bonanza. I've had some negative feedback though about the show.
Really?
Yeah, people. There's been some negative feedback suggesting that the show is just one big plug for Rate My Agent.
You're not.
I want to make it really clear that this is not just a big plug for Rate My Agent. We do a lot of things, on Property Banter.
That wasn't in my run sheet.
No, it wasn't there at all.
Since the last episode, guys, I've got a bit of a beef with you two.
Wow.
We've been talking about this first time working together. It's a new show. However, I've heard a rumour that you've worked together before. What's the story? Beaker and Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Is that me, Dr.
That's
Bunsen
you,
Honeydew?
and that's Tom. Obviously, you got makeup on today, got rid of your green skin.
People call you a lot of things around the traps, most of which I can't repeat on here. But one that did stand out was that Russell is a real estate agent to the stars. Then I found out they were self-titled. Speaking of a celebrity house for us today.
Correct. We will give you some clues. We're going to take a look at 3 of his previous homes.
Yep.
We'll show you some pictures. You've got to work out who owns this property. House number 1, recently sold for $20 million.
Wow.
Secluded Victorian mansion set amongst football living. A famous owner once had a connection with an English rose.
This is all Australian?
Possibly. The seller's motto: it's your life, don't let anyone make you feel guilty for living it your way.
This looks very
sounds like
blokey house.
Well, it sounds like Ben Cousins, but I don't think Ben Cousins
No,
is a house like that.
This house complements a single lifestyle.
His
let me
motto
tell
is
you.
such is life, I think.
Bachelor.
House number 2, sold for $5.35 million, 4-bedroom mini manor, 100 metres to the beach. They bought a smaller house because they travelled frequently. This person is very proficient with their hands.
I reckon we're going to see a number 23 come up on the bottom of one of these swimming pools.
House number 3, $10.85 million, a 7-bedroom mansion. A person has accidentally been photographed many times without his knowledge, including this one.
Oh!
Mum once gave him
Oh,
full
there it
attention.
is.
23.
Yeah.
It's Warnie.
Yep, it's
Shane
Warnie.
Warne.
Well done. Congratulations, gentlemen. Let me tell you, this Shane Warnie, he may have been a wizard with the ball and at times with the bat, but have a look at this. He's made profit every time he's sold his property.
Wow.
One of the properties had twice.
He's
Look at
had
that.
the same property twice.
Yep, and made money every time. Is a bit of a property flipper, would you say?
Ah, he is a property flipper.
And he's not the only one who does it. This gentleman has lived in these properties throughout the time, so if it's your home, it's capital gains free, and that's probably the best way for doing the flipping, isn't it?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is the premise that you buy a house, you give it a lick of paint, you stay in it, and you sell it for a quick profit?
I think you should sit on it for a little while because the last 20 years we've seen such good growth. So it's worth living in the property for 2 or 3 years. Hey, you're not renting it anywhere else. You might as well renovate the house you're living in and then sell it 3-4 years down the track. And guess what? Sometimes you double your money.
There's a lot of costs associated with flipping property. So when if you live in it, you don't pay capital gains tax, but you only pay capital gains tax if you actually make a capital gain. You pay 5% in stamp duty when you buy it. You've then got a renovation cost at the same time, and that can be open-ended. You've then got a holding cost. So if you buy a property for $500,000 and you have to borrow that money, you're paying interest on that money at around about 4 or 5% in today's money. You've then got a sale expense. You pay real estate agents 2%.
You've got to live somewhere, so you're not paying rent. Your capital gains free. And if you buy in the right area and you buy the right type of property that allows for a bit of capital improvement, hey presto.
But you've got to ask yourself, am I making money from adding value to the property, or am I making money just by holding the property for a period of time?
Or
so
am I doing both?
possibly. Let's agree to disagree.
Real estate's a funny old industry full of funny old people. And that's why every week on Property Banter, we're going to nominate an award for a bit of a character of the industry who's really gone above and beyond. A bit of a banana, if you will. And this week we've got two for you. So, shall we take a look?
Help me! Emergency! Emergency! Help me! I'm in another Neo video!
Whereabouts, miss?
I'm at 15 Queen Anne Court, Sovereign Island.
Air 1 airborne. Traffic North Airport. Locking loading.
Now we've got your attention again.
Do you want to buy a house?
Oh, these are the two. Is this the two we're talking about?
It's a 3-level home, contemporary design, open plan living.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Was that two girls just about to...
Well, we are trying to attract a broader audience.
Speaking of broads, here's one I prepared earlier.
That's the killer line. Speaking of broads, here's one I prepared earlier. That's the killer.
Cinema, private lifts.
I probably wouldn't get them to sell my house, but would I be friends with them? No, I would not.
He's on level 3.
Thanks, boys. We can take it from here.
You're kidding me.
Hey, Tommy,
Yes.
do you think anyone on this panel would be a potential banana?
I'm getting stitched up here, aren't I?
I don't know if you're getting stitched up.
Oh.
We've got a banana on the panel.
Where did you dust this off from?
Here we go.
You are the only one there really putting the heart into it, though, and I'll give you that. I love how you had to actually show the film clip you're referencing, just to make sure people knew what you were doing.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
Tommy, should you go and get a banana or present
I've got
that
a couple
to
bananas going on right
present
now, I
that
think.
to our banana of the week?
So the reason I'm getting a banana was because I was supposed to bring a trophy. And I had this, the only trophy I've ever won is my my year 8 public speaking, one whole year level. I went and asked my mum, because I need the trophy to bring it here, and she had thrown it out. Nothing beats helicopters and babes and big Gangnam Style, so I think you're the only one I can hand it to, so you're the banana.
Cheers.
No worries. Being a millennial, I love apps, and that's why I'm a 4.7 on Rate My Redhead. But now there's a brand new app called Property Tycoon, which we're going to go through today. It's going to help me make money in real estate, according to Mark. Is that correct?
Well, you're sort of going to make money. You're going to make fantasy money. Yeah, so Property Tycoon is a little app that we've developed. You can download the app from the App Store and from, what is it called? iTunes and the Google Play Store, those two places. And what we ask players to do is pick 5 properties that are going to auction that weekend and just put a tip in as to what they think it'll sell for. If the property sells for $50,000 either side of your tip, so if you tip $1 million and it sells for between $950,000 and $1,050,000, then you win the tip and the value of that property is added to your virtual portfolio. And whoever has the highest price portfolio at the end of the season will win a prize. Given that Russell is on the panel and the only real estate agent on the panel, we're going to choose a property in his market and one that's actually being sold by one of his real estate agents. So each week we're going to go through and I'm going to select a property that we're going to tip on. So what I've done, I've searched Richmond here and I'm going to scroll through some of the properties in Richmond. And I'll tell you what, I like the look of this property here at 37 Wall Street. Edward Hobbs is selling this property. Ed, you know
EH.
Edward well, Russell?
Yes, business partner.
Business partner, he's a good fella. So have you all got 37 Wall Street up there?
Yes.
Okay, so what you can do is you can click into 37 Wall Street, you can have a look at the properties here, you can have a look at the floor plan, you can read a little bit about, this is a 2-bedroom with built-in robe, it's got polished floors. So once you've chosen the property, actually Russell, Edward's selling this. What you can do is, if you want to find out a little bit more about Edward, when you look at Rate My Agent, you can see how active and how good an agent is, which can give you some tips and insight on how you should tip on this property. And over the last 12 months, Edward has sold 107 properties, worth $113 million. In anyone's language, that's a really, really great real estate agent. So what we'll do now is, We're going to put in our tip, but we're not going to disclose our tip, and we'll disclose it next week. So
Done.
We'll put our tip in now. I'm going to put my tip in. I reckon it's going to be over $1 million. That's a no-brainer. So the tip is what you think it's going to sell for. So for us, we're really tipping here on who's going to get closest to the mark. Have you put in your... Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I don't reckon 15 million is close. We're going to have the auction. We're going to show the auction next week, and we're going to see who was closest to the mark. But everyone else out there, if you want to download Property Tycoon, download it. Tip on your properties each week and be in the running to win a weekly prize and a cash prize. And I don't know how much it is, but we'll see how we go.
Did you say that the winner gets $100,000?
What are you doing, Tommy?
G'day, fellas. Well, thinking if we're going to have bar banter, better have a bar.
Is that your bar?
Couple beers from the
Ooh.
bar for bar talk, bar banter. Coming up
Slam
right
on
here.
down.
It is. It's the Yorkshire Stingo Hotel. So we're getting right here. A couple cold ones coming up, huh?
Beautiful.
There's one there for you.
Thank you, sir.
One there for you.
Okay, so the Yorkshire Stingo, what's the story with that?
The Yorkshire Stingo Hotel on the corner of Langridge and Pun Road. I'm the proprietor of such a pub.
In what suburb?
Abbotsford.
Functions?
Absolutely. What do you got?
Well, we regularly hold a crime night, so maybe on an annual basis, so maybe we should host a third one here. What do you reckon?
So is a crime night you come in and rob the pub? Because I don't think...
No, we have a guest
What's a
speaker.
crime night?
Guest speaker, we bring about 100 odd people along and we tell them about stories, crime stories that have happened in the region. And we've been holding it at the Cherry Tree down in Cremorne. And, why not a new venue? Your one? Why not? Happy to use it.
Happy to take it.
It reminds me of an auction we had down at... have I told you the auction I had down next door to the Cherry Tree?
No.
Actually a street away from a notorious crime family.
No.
So we get the listing on this particular property, and it was a pretty run-down joint. And, during the auction campaign, we were getting calls from this notorious family wanting to know what we're doing with the proceeds of the sale. The next day, we have the auction, and I'm getting ready for the auction, got the suit, put the tie on, and one of the girls in the office said, "You're going to put a bulletproof jacket on?" I went, "No, don't be silly." She goes, "No, seriously, are you going to put a bulletproof jacket on?" I went, "Why do I need that?" She goes, "Oh, haven't you heard?" I went, "Heard what?" She goes, "Oh, well, the liquidators have organised to have 2 security guards, one undercover and one in uniform, Doberman with the uniform guy, plus I believe there's going to be a few cops down there, and Channel 7 are going to come and record the auction for the news, because apparently it's Melbourne's very own House of Horrors." We start the auction, and off it goes, bang. Bids going everywhere. It's magnificent, perfect auction. Apart from one thing, I didn't introduce who I was because I didn't really want to know who the hell I was. I may have used the competitor's name, but we got away with it. So anyhow, we sold the property, and everyone's running around and all excited about who's going to be there, who's a successful bidder. And they went up to this gentleman and said, "Oh, congratulations, you bought this. This is Channel 7. You bought the property today. What do you feel about buying Melbourne's House of Horrors?" He goes, "What are you talking about? I'm going to build a warehouse here from a factory." And he had no idea what the hell was going on.
You got him inside and you signed him as quickly as possible.
I just legged it.
You legged it?
I got out of there quick as I could.
If you have any funny stories, send them here. Is that where it is? And that's it for Property Banter. Thanks for watching. Mark, Russell, did we learn anything this week?
Well, yes, and I'm very positive about real estate, and Killjoy isn't.
Well, you're a banana, you're a beaker, and I'm a bald green man.
Well, as you can see, we're on a roll now, so make sure you keep an eye out for the next episode. And until then, thank you very much. I'm Tom Baring. Good night. Good night? Why? Did I say good night? It's not on TV. See you next time.